All right, I forgot to turn the camera on. So situation is, haven't been out for a ride in over a month. Haven't made a video in even longer. And today is new bike day. So this is actually, if you have a look, it's a new bike, e160 again. Previous model was a 700. This one is a 7000, brand new. Couple of little changes on it. This is its sort of maiden, and I can tell you right now, this thing is definitely, it's a nice feeling bike. But the main thing, and you're going to hear this a lot at the moment, is that beeping. It's in auto, so oh fuck me, this is just, I don't know whether it's because it's lighter. You can hear that beeping going off. So let's give that some context. I've changed the brake. Well, I'll show you the bike first. So Merida e160 7000 2024 model, EP801. Comes with the Merida wheels. I've changed them out to my wheels that were on the 700, the WR1 carbon unions. Other changes, I put the Fox factory fork in the front, was on my other one. Stock X2 performance, so it doesn't have the high speed compression and rebound dampening, but we'll see how that goes. But probably one of the main changes I've made is this comes with XT link glide. This is now XT Di2, so Shimano motor, EP801. So I have changed that now to Di2. So I have free shift, I have auto shift. And the way this works is I've got manual, auto 1, auto 2. Manual, it won't change gears automatically for you. It'll still do free shift. So to understand what free shift is, so long as the back wheel is running, you can change gears. You don't have to pedal. So let's say you're rolling down this hill and let's say I was in first gear. I can knock it up to 7th, 8th, whatever. I don't actually have to change gears as I'm rolling down into it. So the benefit of that, I suppose, is that let's say you're coming into a technical area and you really need to have both feet on the pedals and you need to be balanced. You don't have to be pedaling to get that gear change. You can just focus on staying on the bike nice and balanced. Same as if let's say you're going through a rock garden and you know that you can't really pedal at that point because you're going to get hung up, but you need to get lower geared. You can actually change gears in that rock garden without actually having to pedal. So that's really cool. That's definitely a feature I'm going to really like. The main features I'm testing today though are the auto features, because this is where software is going to dictate whether it really, you know, what you use and whether they're any good. And there's a lot of settings you can change in the Shimano app. The main thing at the moment, so auto 1 is full auto, so you don't need to touch it. You can still change manually, so you can still manually select your gear, but it'll look at the cadence range you're in and you can tell it what sort of cadence range you prefer, and it'll change the gears to keep you in that cadence range. But there's a caveat to that, and that is, of course, it can't really predict what's coming. So if there's a sudden really steep change up or down, then obviously you're going to be able to preempt that. It can't. So I'm just going to see how auto goes, but it will change gears no matter what you're doing. So if you're full under load, it'll change gears. And the gear shifts, I have to say, are super smooth on this 11-speed link glide system. They're not quite as quick as Hyperglide was, but you can really pedal hard when you change gears and it just does not care. It is still super smooth, where the Hyperglide will do it, it won't be happy, and it'll tell you that it's not happy by making lots of loud crunchy noises. But this, yeah, it just seems to be super smooth. But yeah, anyway, and that last mode, Auto 2. This is one I think I'll probably end up using a lot, and it's the same as auto in the respect that, let's say I was to go back to first gear and start rolling in down here. If I don't pedal, it'll automatically shift gears for me. So same as that rock gun scenario I was sort of speaking about earlier, where you could knock it down, say 2 gears if you needed to go lower without pedaling. This will do that automatically for you. Same as the auto, it looks at the cadence range, tries to keep you in that cadence range. This though is set so that it's not going to change while you're pedaling. And I specifically wanted it to be a non-pedaling thing, because when I'm pedaling I want more manual control, because I can preempt up and downs, changes in gradient coming. But when you come into a berm or something and you have to really slow, go slow coming into the berm, or let's say like that rock garden, or you know, you've just done a climb up to the top of something, and you're in first gear, and all of a sudden it gets steep immediately after that, and it's quite technical. As you're going through that steep section, again, you don't have to pedal on the way in. You can just focus on keeping your balance, and it'll change into the gears that you're gonna need for the speed you're doing. So I'm testing the main auto functions. I've been testing full auto, and I don't know whether you'll hear it in the video, but I've probably got it set up too sensitive, because it is just constantly hunting for gears. So I mean, you'll probably hear it. Oh my god, the suspension on this bike. This bike is so lively compared to the other one. Like, I don't know whether it's the carbon frame, I don't know what it is, but it's just yeah, this feels amazing. I am super stoked with this bike. I can't hear it, the auto doing too much at the moment. There it is, going again. Like I said, I keep hearing it change, but I'm not pedaling, so it's changing gears. What gear it's in, I don't know, but I will say every time I have to pedal, it seems to be in the right gear. But so I'm happy with that. But I can just tell, I think that, oh my god, yeah, you can direction changes on this fast. Much faster. The bike just feels so much more lively. First trail, so my legs are knackered, of course. So yeah, we just dropped 3 gears. Yeah, auto mode. Sorry, getting a drink. First laps always wear me out the most. Yeah, it always seems to be in the right gear, so I can't fault it, but so I can hear it hunting those gears a bit. Whew. I don't know what it is, but the first lap down defib, always rather exhausting. Oh god, this bike, you can just feel it just wants to, yeah, it's sprightly as. All right, so I haven't manually changed gear, I don't think, at all down defib then, so it's just dropped another gear. I have got this set to be really aggressive with respect to changing gears for following that cadence range, which is why it's sort of going berserk down there. It's probably too aggressive, to be honest. Oh fuck me, this bike is so plush. My other bike then, for sure, would have felt a bit rickety. Oh, okay. Gotta be careful here. So, as I stopped then, yeah, it came back to first by itself. Yeah, there's a range 8 is on at the moment. So, range 8, that's a, it's like a gravel sort of event. 8 hours of however many laps you can do at the park. Not my gig. In fact, any amount of pedaling is generally not my gig. Yeah, I definitely need to change how aggressive the bike follows that that cadence range. But oh man, this bike, it is so plush but so lively. Like, you can just, I mean, I'm not going to pretend to be the best rider going for sure, but it just, it's so, like, you just think about where you want to go and it does it. It doesn't, yeah. Yeah, no, I'm impressed. I've only done a very basic trail, but okay, this is going to be an issue. Where are these guys coming from? Is he, that can't be right, surely. Oh, actually it might be. All right, just so long as I stay out of everyone's way. All right, a little bit of a technical climb here. I'm in third. See if the bike detects that we're going to be in a bit of strife and kicks down a little bit. It did. That's cool. Okay, that's cool. Okay, so they must be taking the fire road up. Actually, let's do hyperlink, hey? I didn't expect to really use automatic, full auto anyway. Hey, it's doing a lot better than I expected. I really thought it would be a bit more confused, but I mean, it's doing it. But yeah, so this is something I don't understand with model lineups at the moment. So this being the fuck yeah, that's so smooth. This is a 7000 model, so it's the first entry into the carbon models and the e160. So their theory is, if you want a big battery, go long, get the alloy 750 watt hour battery. If you want something more playful, a bit more racy, get the carbon model 600 watt hour battery. So 4 kilos or so difference in weight. And so this is sort of the base of the carbon models. However, the main difference between this and the 10K model, in terms of features, I would say are noteworthy anyway. I forgot that was there. No, that's, might have been able to roll it, but so the 10K comes with a SRAM T-type transmission, which, you know, bloody good transmissions. However, I wonder what trail that is. Anyway, what I don't understand is you've got the Shimano motor there. So if you have the Shimano DR2 drivetrain, you have access to free shift and auto shift. So you sort of pay for the top of a line model, but you actually lose a couple of features by doing so, which that just seems really weird to me. And even this bike came with the standard XT, and I'm sort of thinking, the XT Di2, it's not that much more expensive. Why would you not just spec it? All right, I haven't been through here for a while. Oh, plush. Oh, yeah, that was nothing. So yeah, I actually had the Di2 installed on there myself. I have seen apparently Australia is getting a model above this one, an 8000, but we'll have this Link Glide Di2 set up, and it's not that much more expensive. To me, it's a no-brainer. If you're gonna have a Shimano motor, why would you not, at that level, go with something that you can use all the features of it from? It doesn't make any sense to me. But the 10k, I was almost gonna get the 10k, but the more I thought about it, I already had the carbon wheels, the e160 unions, which I, to be honest, would have put on before I put the DT Swiss that comes on the 10k on anyway. And then yeah, so it just seemed like I would probably end up dropping the T-type transmission for Di2 anyway, or I would just keep the T-type transmission and lose these features. So that was paying a lot of money for that T-type transmission to not really get a benefit as such. I mean, I suppose if you're a die-hard SRAM guy and those T-type transmissions, super reliable, super good, can't complain about it. But you know, it makes more sense to me if you own a Bosch, or especially if you get a bike that's going to be equipped with a SRAM's new motor. So it makes a lot more sense there. Less sense on a bike with a Shimano EP8 801, I should point out. And of course this has the latest firmware on it, so it's got overrun. Punchy motor compared to the EP8, much punchier, like a whole different motor, to be honest. I mean, technically it is, even though it looks the same. Whew. It's a bit loose out here today. This is probably not the front tyre I'd expect either. It's a Exo Plus. I prefer a double down or a DH, but particularly around here, it's pretty rocky everywhere. But yeah, we're going to finish up just up here, and I'll start again when we get to another trail. So it's at that point in the afternoon where they're pretty happy for me to come down Canyonero. I don't think any of the lads are sort of on the trail still, so I want to see how blown out Canyonero is after the Fox. Classic. Well, fuck me, I think I've got to turn down the, I do feel like the rebound's probably a little bit savage on the front at the moment. I think it can use a little bit more dampening, but again, whoop, just the bike, it's just feeling so good. I mean, I was hoping it would be like this, but holy dooly. This jump is always sketchy. I wasn't even planning to do that, but just figured, fuck it, I could have come in with more speed. But oh man, this, yeah, I am stoked on this bike. It definitely feels much lighter than the other one. I mean, don't get me wrong, the other bike was a bloody good bike. And I haven't come out of automatic shifting yet. That's the part that really surprises me. Yeah, she's getting a bit flogged out around these parts. Fucking hell. Oh, I'm knackered now. I need a rest in a second, I think. Whew. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to turn it down for a sec. Whew. Alright. Servo update. I've just got it in Auto 2 now, so it's only going to change gears when I'm not pedaling. I feel like I'm going to be sick because I have absolutely no fitness. But yeah, I'm in Auto 2, so I've got to admit I'm very surprised at how well auto mode works. I did not expect that at all. I probably should turn the beeping off because you can hear it's just constantly sort of looking for that gear. So go a couple of gears up. Well, that was a bit nose heavy. Oh, alrighty. Oh, I am a bit knackered. How you going? Yeah, not bad. Oh, that's right, they got... I don't think I'm going to block anyone going up either. Alright, let's go back to auto, eh? A2, no. Going up to motor mode 5 of 7. I don't like to rely on the motor too much. I'm not a big fan of sort of keeping it in high boost, especially around here, because it's a real slog back up the fire road. It's like proper first gear full boost territory. But yeah, 3 of 7, it's not a bad feeling. Oh, that would have been a good spot to sort of test out the gearing and full auto, see if it shift down or not. And that's the thing, I suppose, leaving myself a few extra modes, it's probably not the worst thing ever. So I can just punch a few gears, punch a few motor modes up while it shifts down in gear. But yeah, alright, I'm going to stop talking and get my breath back. I'll see you at the end of at the top of this climb. Oh, alright, just had a little bit of a rest up at the top of Ida climb, entry to High Life, Calibre, Reaper. Sort of having a look at the settings on ShockWiz with respect to where we're at, because it's obviously a new bike. I haven't tuned anything on the suspension side of things. It's telling me that it's probably got too much air in it, so I've let a little bit of air out of it. I think I might have possibly let too much, not sure, but it felt like it might have probably had too much air, or at least it certainly probably felt to have like too much air compared to the front in particular, because the balance was a little bit more like it felt a bit more like it had just more air spring coming in the rear, whether it needed more dampening or whatnot. But ShockWiz seemed to be pretty confident it wanted me to remove some air, so we've done that. We're just heading up to the start of High Life now, keeping in mind that while the race event that's on is pretty much near the end, I don't expect anyone to be on here. It's quite possible I might come across someone, so just gonna make sure I keep out of their way. I feel like I need to readjust this this seat. Oh shit. So the way we do that. Alright, just stopped for a little bit, had to make an adjustment on the seat, leaving a couple of the cross country riders do their thing, go past. I don't want to hold them up. Surprised that times it finish at 3:30, so this would have to be their last lap, I suspect. I think old mate was saying that if they haven't started the last lap soonish, they wouldn't get another one just because of the finishing times. But all right, bit of air out of the rear. Oh, this thing just feels like it's got grip for days because it's so supple. All right, I'm not going to do any jumps first day on the bike. Probably could have done that, but whatever. Yeah, it just, through these rock gardens, you can just feel how much smoother it is. Through braking bumps. They're definitely having a bit of that weight on that on the other bike. Sometimes it's not a bad feeling to have, just to keep the bike feeling a bit more planted. But in terms of, probably could have, I should have hit that. And that. Oh God, it's so planted. I'm not one for jumps. I'm not about to learn on the first day out on this bike, but fuck, I feel like I was carrying so much more speed. Just because, yeah, fucking. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. A 25k an hour limiter. Oh, that's where it really sucks. Oh, I need a rest. I like it. Old mate here, he's in the race. He's just overtaken me at high life. He's been doing laps around this park since 8 in the morning. I'm stopped at the side of the trail dying, and he's been going since 8 this morning. It's now 2:30. He's asking if I'm right. Probably would be if I was a bit fitter, yeah. Oh man, definitely gonna get used to the fact that this bike is a lot more flighty. Like, it just, you can change its angle, its trajectory, its attitude so much easier. It's just, whereas the other one, no. So, you know, stuff like this, oh, you could just throw it in so much harder. Holy shit, this berm is fucked. Oh. Yeah, okay. Whew. Oh dear, I am rooted.